Welcome to day 2 of this video. Today we're going to be doing probably my most favorite part, the interior on this Toyota Avalon. But before we start the interior, we got to wash the exterior, get the wheels nice and clean, get everything else prepped. So the interior is the only thing I have left. So before we start on this interior, let's get started on the exterior and we'll be right back. When working on wheels that are pretty in rough condition, I love using wheel acid. We're using wire wheel from Auto Beauty products, and pretty much just spray your wheel heavily and let the product do the work. This is going to make your job much easier. And always remember to use your goggles and a mask so you don't inhale the acid, and preferably some rubber gloves. Another area I like to use the wheel acid is around the gas tank area. Spray it on, let it dwell, and then come and pressure wash it off, and look how easy that comes off. And once we finish putting wheel acid on the wheels, then now it's time to really clean the wheels, making your job much easier. I'm using the Super Clean aerosol can, and then we agitate the tires, and we're using the SUDS LAB wheel cleaner with the Super Clean all-purpose wheel cleaner, and it just pretty much does the job really well. So again, thank you to Super Clean for providing me these items. Another item I am using here is the SUDS LAB wash mitt. I have really enjoyed this one because it glides pretty well on the paint, and after we rinse it and everything, we're using the SUDS LAB Hydro Coat. This one I am having a bit of a struggle with understanding it, but we'll be talking about that here in the next clip. So for a drying aid, or I use the ceramic SUDS LAB ceramic hydro coat. We're using the new SUDS LAB towel as well. So I'll give you guys my honest initial impressions. These products smell amazing. I'm spraying this one is the SUDS LAB ceramic spray sealant. Hydrophobic protection, repels dirt and grime, produces a high gloss shine, and safe on all exterior surfaces. Always make sure you shake it, and all I'm doing really is just drying the vehicle. So I'm spraying a panel. You can definitely see it kind of beading. I will be very honest, guys, I was thinking the hydro coat was gonna give me more beading, the ceramic hydro coat, and I was really trying it in different ways to see if maybe I was spraying it incorrectly, but I wasn't getting a lot of beading with the product. Obviously I don't know if I was doing it incorrectly. I guess the sprayer just broke. Yep, it sure did. Oh man, there we go. But I'm pretty much passing it over with this one here with their ceramic spray sealant, just to top it off in a way and just add that extra protection. This towel is really well. Of course, it's orange. But what I'll probably do is I will apply this product, and I'm gonna let it kind of cure out, and then maybe I can do a quick water action just to see how it cured maybe tomorrow, and see the water behavior. From what I can see, it says months of protection. But I don't know as far as how many months of protection, but I do feel some slickness with the product, so that's good. But I think I was expecting a little bit of more beating from their hydro coat, but I didn't get that, which, you know, it's not a deal breaker. Really, these SUDS LAB has definitely stepped up their game since they came out. I remember when they first, oh, this trigger's gonna get on my nerves. I remember when they first came out to the market, a lot of people didn't know about SUDS LAB, but you can find them readily available at your local Walmart. And some people say, wow, their price expensive, but guess what? Their products actually work. Their wheel cleaner is amazing. There's definitely slickness, so that's good. I keep repeating that, sorry guys. But for a readily available product that is gonna do really well and give you some really nice, like, professional results, they're definitely a brand to keep in mind. You know, some people don't agree with the pricing when they see it at Walmart, but hey, I kind of see it as it is a quick, like, in a pinch, you can go in there and grab your product and you can feel sure that they're gonna do really well for you and your customers. But so far, I'm loving the towel. It is definitely drying, no streaks, which is good. So I'm gonna finish drying this car, blowing the crevices and everything, and then it's gonna be start on the interior. We have successfully done the headlights. We have successfully done the engine bay. We've gone ahead and washed the vehicle. Now it's ready for phase 2 of this project, which is the interior on this vehicle. But most importantly, we're going to be removing the seats out of this vehicle. So phase 1 is obviously we're going to go ahead and unplug this battery. You don't have to take it all out. You just need to remove these things that go to that connect the connectors to the battery, and make sure you wrap them up with a towel. Most importantly, because you don't want these to touch, and that could create some major issues, obviously. So always just wrap them around with your towels. Make sure that, you know, they are not gonna move whatsoever. So we'll let the battery kind of take its course. Usually I give it 30 minutes or so. For me, I'll just give the battery like about 30 minutes, and then I will come back and we'll start the seat removal process. So quick tip, guys, when you do your seat removal, one thing I tend to do to kind of make sure that no water introduces into any of these electrical components, I usually grab a Ziploc bag and a zip tie. I think this is what they're called. And what I'll do is I will just wrap the Ziploc bag around really well, and then I will just zip tie this really tight. This way it'll keep everything together, as well as make sure that water doesn't come in. And then usually I would just cut it with some scissors and you are all set. If you've never worked on a interior, maybe in this condition, it's very crucial, it's really important for you to have a checklist, right, or have steps. Obviously for this demonstration, I have my checklist, right? Obviously this one here is step 1 is we're gonna clean all the plastics, the dashboards, the steering wheel, the center console, pretty much everything on the interior, right? Followed by the headliner. The headliner is a little bit on the loose side because obviously one is age. Maybe they used to maybe smoke in here. So we gotta be real careful on the headliner. So after I clean all the plastics, the headliner is going to be next, followed by all the carpet. The carpet needs some attention. And then we're gonna be cleaning the leather seats. And then obviously our last step is going to be biobomb. We're gonna do a ozone treatment, right? Without the machine. So definitely excited for this process. And then obviously the products or tools that you might be needing for this type of scenario. One is Flex Fire. We're going to use Flex Fire and Flex Citrus. We're going to be using a Vortex air tool. We're going to be using a steamer. We're going to be using plenty of brushes. For sure, a mask. You could get a magic eraser and a drill brush. So we're going to get all set up, and we're going to have a special guest coming in next. So let's get started. It's time to begin this interior. I'm very nervous because this thing is pretty deteriorated. But as always, guys, when doing these types of cars, nothing is guaranteed in the interior world, even exterior, right? But all we can do is our very best, right? With the right products, with the right tools, I think we'll be able to transform this interior. So that is the game plan. But before we do that, I wanted to invite a special guest over that you guys have been asking about, and I'm excited that he finally decided to come down here and help me again with this detail. I'm super excited. So without further ado, let's introduce our friend. So come on down, Serranos sauce. How are you, Mr. Serrano sauce?
I'm doing really good, really good.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for making once again an appearance on my channel. I'm very grateful for you and everyone you have been able to help. So thank you. How do you feel for today's vehicle that we're working? As you can see, how's it look?
It definitely needs a lot of help, but nothing the sauce can't do.
Exactly. So we're excited. We're excited to start this detail with my good friend Serrano sauce. I've missed you. A lot of you guys have been wondered what happened to Serrano sauce. Well, he is here. He is still alive and still kicking butt.
All right, let's begin this project. Pretty much, Serrano sauce is 10-to-1, 8 drops of Dawn dish soap. We're using the SUDS LAB scrubber or pad, and pretty much we're just gonna agitate everything really, really good. Shout out to SUDS LAB for sending some of their products down to me. I've really enjoyed them, as well as their orange. This was white. It was pretty dirty. Next, we are going to be using these, I don't know, cotton swabs, I guess. I purchased them from O'Reilly's, but this little vent or this little area here that I'm about to start agitating, you're going to see how dirty it was. There was a lot of buildup in there. So by using these swabs, it's going to help me get in there really good, as well as clean it really, really well.
And as you're cleaning your interior, guys, just remember you're working on a very I'm not gonna say old, but it's a very, I guess after 10 years, I honestly say it's like your vehicle is more fragile to braking and all of that. So you want to make sure that if you steam, look at all that dirt. I got it from the center, from the right here where all the gas, and you get all that information. But you want to make sure that you are not doing any like heavy agitation, just to make sure that, one, you don't damage anything, and two, it just keeps you safer. So obviously we're using Serrano sauce is helping me. He's at 10-to-1, 8 drops of Dawn dish soap, and by doing that, you're not gonna damage anything. So always just be very careful. If your Serrano sauce looks too dark, you might want to dilute it. This is usually the color we're aiming for. And as always, don't spray your screens, nothing like that. Usually if you do like one mist on your towel and then just wipe it. These vents were really dirty, so that's why I'm spraying them, and then I'm using these little tips from, I went to Walmart to get these, and I don't know, I was like, I'm not a fan of those, I don't know, and guess what, I'm over here using them. So I'm gonna let you guys know what's my honest feedback on them. There's so much buildup on these knobs, but they are definitely working, that's for sure. I'm just agitating them with these brushes, and then I'm gonna steam it, just to remove any type of buildup. But look at that, guys, just in that amount of just swipes, we are removing a lot of buildup. And you also want to remember that you don't want to steam like the gun right at these areas. Let the steam do the work, and then use your brush just to finalize really like the agitation phase. We're using the SUDS LAB. These are the SUDS LAB brushes, and they're definitely getting the job done. And then after we steam, we're gonna blow, and this side here should be almost done. Another thing you want to do is drop the PSI on your air compressor, because what tends to happen a lot of these times, a lot of the material, it's already, it's holding on just probably by the adhesives. So you don't want to put full-blown air like your 90 PSI, drop it down to maybe like 40. Even if your vortex is spinning slow, but I'd rather have that than like blow this and poof, everything starts coming off. So that's another tip I recommend.
Steaming is always the first step that I tend to do with a lot of my vehicles. And then we spray our Serrano sauce. As you guys see, this area here is pretty dirty. And we're using our SUDS LAB applicator or agitator. And look how easy that is coming off. And you're gonna see a little bit of the pad. It's pretty dirty. I've had to clean this pad multiple times already, but this kind of shows you guys the power of Serrano sauce. It's a very diluted APC with the power of Dawn dish soap. It's just gonna give you cleaning as well as make it soft. And we're gonna hit it with our Vortex air tool, and look how easy this just comes right off. So this vehicle is already aged, but you're gonna see as I'm wiping it off, you're gonna see like this I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's like creased or it's very loose. So that is just giving me an indication of just how fragile the material I'm working with. So I just have to be really cautious on cleaning and really putting too much force, because the last thing I want is to really just loose everything up, and then now I have like loose material everywhere. A little trick I saw is using a magic eraser. The magic eraser just kind of gets into a little bit better into the pores. Not needed, but this is just me kind of playing with the magic eraser, and it did really well. Alright, so for this part here, I'm pretty much using my drill brush with the toilet brush attachment, and then I'm using that to agitate the cup holder. There was so much stuff caked on here that it was really impossible to just, with steam, it wasn't doing. So what I ended up doing, guys, is pretty much like steaming the towel and just leaving it inside the cup holder. So that's a little tip. that you can use for yours if you're ever dealing with anything like that. Steam your towel really hot, and then just pretty much leave your towel in there and just let the towel with the hot steam do the work. Next, we have our headliner. We are using Flex Citrus, and I have it on a fine mist, and all I'm doing right now is just spraying this product all through the headliner. It's going to be the most safe method just because this headliner is very aged. As well, I kind of sense like some nicotine maybe, so I don't want to introduce a lot of heavy extraction or suction, because the last thing I want is this headliner to drop. So always just be very cautious. And then I'm gonna use my steamer, and I'm just gonna pretty much steam the whole headliner really good, and then I'm gonna wipe it off or mop it off with a microfiber. This method is the most safest in my opinion, to pretty much clean and agitate all at once, and I have never really had a major issue by doing it this method. So this method, I have really enjoyed it, because once this dries, your headliner should look really good. It's pretty much removing a lot of I kind of saw some Coke stains like in the little corner, drink spills maybe, but it's pretty much going to clean it and sanitize it as well. So it's a very effective way to clean headliners. Alright, so we're doing the pre-spray stage on all the carpet. This pretty much starts getting all these stains loose, and then we're going to be following it up with a drill brush, and you can kind of see a little bit of how quickly it's looking good already. This carpet was in some really rough shape, so we had to repeat this process I think about a good 5 times to finally achieve some really at least decent results on this carpet. And that wraps up day 2. If you like this content, hey, give me a thumbs up or even give me a thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed, help me out here. Hit that subscribe button, share with a new detailer that may need some help in this area. But anyways, I will catch you guys on the final reveal.